A glass of juice seems innocent, refreshing, fruity, packed with vitamins, but for seniors, the dangers are far from innocent. From hidden mold contamination to sky-high sugar levels that spike blood pressure, some juice brands are hiding serious health risks behind colorful labels. Today, we're exposing 9 juice brands you should avoid at all costs and revealing the 2 that are actually worth trusting with your health. Coming in at number 9, we've got Minute Maid. Avoid. The Coca-Cola-owned giant promises fresh, squeezed goodness in every carton, but the reality is far grimmer. FDA inspection reports from multiple bottling facilities revealed mold growth on processing equipment and improper sanitation protocols. For seniors, mold exposure isn't just unpleasant, it can trigger respiratory complications, especially for those with asthma or weakened immune systems. The bright orange liquid in your glass might be harboring invisible fungal spores that your body cannot fight off effectively. Recent consumer complaints describe a musty, off-putting smell in cartons weeks before expiration dates, suggesting contamination is slipping through quality control. The brand built its reputation on convenience and taste, but what they don't advertise is the potential for contaminated batches reaching your refrigerator. Seniors on blood thinners or immunosuppressant medications face even greater risks. Mold toxins can interact with prescriptions, causing unexpected side effects. The label promises vitamin C and natural flavor, yet inspectors found chemical residues from cleaning agents that weren't properly rinsed from machinery. That morning, glass of orange juice could be delivering more than just citrus. It could be delivering hidden threats your body isn't prepared to handle. The smell alone should warn you something's wrong. Imagine pouring your juice and catching that faint whiff of basement dampness, that musty odor that makes your nose wrinkle. That's not freshness. That's contamination making its way from factory to fridge. You trusted this brand for decades, believing the smiling oranges on the label meant quality. Instead, you're getting a gamble with every pour. At number 8, Tropicana. Avoid. Another Coca-Cola brand marketed as pure, premium, and packed with Florida sunshine. But laboratory testing tells a different story. Multiple independent studies found that Tropicana's not-from-concentrate juices contain flavor packs, engineered chemical compounds designed to restore taste after juice is stored in massive vats for up to a year. Seniors are often told to watch their sugar intake, yet a single serving of Tropicana orange juice contains nearly 22 grams of sugar, more than a glazed donut. For those managing diabetes or pre-diabetic conditions, this is a blood sugar bomb disguised as a health drink. The company claims no added sugars, which is technically true, but they're not mentioning the naturally occurring sugars concentrated to dangerous levels. Cardiologists warn that high fructose consumption, even from fruit, can elevate triglycerides and worsen heart disease, conditions many seniors are already battling. Consumer reports have documented cartons arriving with separated cloudy liquid and a fermented odor, indicating spoilage during transport or storage. The plastic bottles, while convenient, leach microplastics into the juice over time, especially when exposed to heat. Seniors with kidney issues should be particularly cautious. Excess sugar forces kidneys to work overtime, accelerating decline in renal function. The vibrant packaging and heart-healthy claims distract from what's really inside. A sugar-loaded beverage that could be sabotaging your health with every sip. Picture opening your refrigerator, reaching for that familiar plastic bottle with the green cap. You pour a glass and notice the juice looks almost cloudy, not the bright orange you expected. There's a smell too, slightly fermented, like fruit that's been sitting too long. But you paid good money for this premium brand. Surely it's fine. That's exactly what they're counting on. Your trust in the name overriding what your senses are telling you. Now at number 7, Ocean Spray Cranberry Juice Cocktail. Avoid. Marketed as a urinary tract health miracle, especially targeting older women prone to infections. But here's what they're not telling you. The word cocktail is the giveaway. This isn't real cranberry juice. It's a blend of water, high fructose corn syrup, and just enough cranberry concentrate to justify the label. According to Nutrition Analysis, a single 8-ounce serving contains 28 grams of sugar and only 27% actual juice. For seniors with high blood pressure, the sodium content, often hidden in fine print, can reach 70 milligrams per serving, enough to interfere with hypertension medications. The deep red color isn't purely from cranberries. Artificial colorants are often added to maintain visual appeal, and some of these dyes have been linked to allergic reactions and digestive distress in sensitive individuals. Health inspectors in New Jersey cited an Ocean Spray facility for improper temperature control during storage, raising concerns about bacterial growth in juice meant to prevent infections. The irony is cruel. Drinking this to avoid UTIs could expose you to Listeria or E. coli if contamination occurred before bottling. Seniors are promised antioxidants and health benefits, but what they're actually consuming is a sugar-laden cocktail that could spike insulin levels, worsen inflammation, and strain already compromised kidneys. The tart flavor masks the sweetness, this, tricking you into thinking it's healthier than soda, but gram for gram, it's nearly identical in sugar content. Your doctor recommended cranberry juice for prevention. You trusted that advice. So you bought Ocean Spray, the name everyone recognizes, the brand your mother used. But what you're drinking isn't medicine. It's candy water dyed red. That tangy bite on your tongue isn't healing you. It's just masking 28 grams of sugar rushing into your bloodstream, pushing your glucose higher, making your pancreas work harder, all while you believe you're being healthy. Isn't it strange how billion-dollar juice companies market to seniors with health claims, yet their products are packed with more sugar than desserts? Number 6 on our list. Welch's Grape Juice. Avoid. The trusted name in grape products, beloved for generations, now hiding dangerous truths behind its wholesome image. Welch's markets itself as made from real Concord grapes, rich in antioxidants and heart-healthy polyphenols. But FDA testing revealed troubling findings. Some batches contained patulin, a mycotoxin produced by mold that grows on damaged or rotting fruit. For seniors, patulin exposure can cause nausea, immune suppression, and gastrointestinal damage, symptoms often mistaken for medication side effects. The company's quality control has been questioned after multiple consumer complaints about floating particles and sediment at the bottom of bottles, visual signs that filtration processes are failing. Each 8-ounce serving delivers 36 grams of sugar, more than a candy bar, and zero fiber to slow absorption. This causes rapid blood sugar spikes, particularly dangerous for seniors managing diabetes or metabolic syndrome. Cardiologists warn that excessive sugar intake increases risk of heart disease, stroke, and arterial inflammation, conditions already prevalent in older adults. The glass bottle gives an illusion of purity and tradition, but inside, the concentrated grape juice is so acidic it can erode tooth enamel and irritate sensitive stomachs. Seniors taking medications for acid reflux or GERD may experience worsened symptoms after drinking Welch's, as the high acidity triggers heartburn and esophageal discomfort. The label proudly displays no added sugar, yet fails to mention that natural grape sugars are concentrated to levels that overwhelm the body's ability to process them safely. What tastes like childhood nostalgia could be accelerating chronic health conditions you've spent years trying to control. Remember Sunday dinners with Welch's on the table? That memory is what they're selling now. Not health, not quality, but nostalgia. Meanwhile, that thick, almost syrupy liquid coating your throat contains enough sugar to spike your blood glucose higher than a slice of cake. At number 5, V8 Vegetable Juice. Avoid. Presented as the ultimate health shortcut, 8 vegetables in one convenient can. But the sodium levels tell a darker story. A single 8-ounce serving of original V8 contains a staggering 640 milligrams of sodium, more than a quarter of the recommended daily limit for seniors. For those on blood pressure medication or managing hypertension, this is a ticking time bomb. High sodium intake forces the heart to work harder, increases fluid retention, and can render blood pressure medications ineffective. The company offers a low-sodium version, but even that clocks in at 140 milligrams, still significant for seniors on strict dietary restrictions. Independent testing found that V8's processing involves high-heat pasteurization, which destroys many of the vitamins and enzymes that make vegetables beneficial in the first place. What you're drinking is essentially tomato-flavored salt water with trace vegetable extracts. Consumer reports have documented metallic tastes and unusual odors in certain batches, suggesting contamination or degradation during storage. The aluminum cans, while recyclable, can leach aluminum into acidic liquids over time, a concern for seniors, as aluminum accumulation has been studied in relation to cognitive decline and neurological issues. Kidney specialists warn that excess sodium accelerates kidney disease progression, forcing organs already under stress to filter more than they can handle. The thick, viscous texture might feel substantial, but it's masking a beverage that could be sabotaging your cardiovascular and renal health. The promise of convenient nutrition becomes a betrayal when every sip pushes your blood pressure higher and your kidneys closer to failure. You open that can expecting health in a glass. What hits you first is that strong tomato smell, almost medicinal. Then the taste, heavy, salty, coating your mouth like you've been drinking liquid salt. Your tongue feels thick afterward. You finish the can thinking you've done something good for your body. Hours later, your ankles are swelling. Your rings feel tight, and you wonder why your blood pressure medication isn't working like it should. Number 4 reveals something shocking. Naked Juice. Avoid. The name suggests purity, transparency, and nothing to hide. Yet PepsiCo, the parent company, settled a class action lawsuit for $9 million after being accused of misleading health claims. The bottles boast no sugar added and all natural, but what they don't mention is that the juices are flash pasteurized at such high temperatures that nutrients are destroyed. Then synthetic vitamins are added back in to meet label claims. For seniors, this matters. Synthetic vitamins are not absorbed as efficiently as natural ones, meaning the promised health benefits are largely illusory. A single bottle of Naked's Green Machine contains 53 grams of sugar, equivalent to more than 13 teaspoons. For context, the American Heart Association recommends seniors consume no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day. And while Naked's sugar is natural, your body doesn't differentiate. The sugar overload causes insulin spikes, inflammation, and weight gain, exacerbating conditions like type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome. Laboratory analysis found that some Naked products contain more sugar per ounce than Coca-Cola. The bright, appealing colors come from concentrated fruit purees, but those fruits are often sourced from countries with less stringent pesticide regulations. Residual pesticides have been detected in trace amounts, concerning for seniors whose detoxification systems are less efficient. The plastic bottles, marketed as BPA-free, still contain other endocrine-disrupting chemicals that leach into the juice, especially when bottles are exposed to heat during shipping or storage. What's marketed as a health elixir is actually a sugar bomb wrapped in greenwashing propaganda, designed to make you feel virtuous while undermining your health goals. That bright green liquid looks like concentrated health. The label shows fruits and vegetables, promising vitality and wellness. You drink it believing you're flooding your body with nutrition, but that sweetness coating your teeth, that's 53 grams of sugar overwhelming your system. Your insulin spikes. Your pancreas scrambles to respond. Meanwhile, those synthetic vitamins they added back after destroying the real ones, your body barely recognizes them. You're paying premium prices for what amounts to liquid candy with a vitamin pill dissolved in it. Why do you think juice brands banned in certain countries for pesticide levels are still considered safe in the US? Want the real truth about what's in your glass? Subscribe now so you never get blindsided by hidden food dangers that could harm your health. Coming in at number 3, Simply Orange Avoid. Owned by Coca-Cola and marketed as minimally processed, pure squeezed perfection. But the truth involves industrial-scale manipulation. After oranges are juiced, the liquid is stored in million-gallon aseptic tanks, stripped of oxygen to prevent spoilage. This allows Coca-Cola to supply fresh juice year-round, but it also strips away all natural flavor. To restore taste, the company uses proprietary flavor packs, chemical compounds engineered by fragrance companies to mimic the taste of fresh oranges. These flavor packs are not listed on the label because the FDA classifies them as natural flavors, a loophole that hides their synthetic origins. For seniors sensitive to additives, these compounds can trigger headaches, digestive upset, and allergic reactions. Each serving contains 21 grams of sugar and 110 calories, with zero fiber to moderate absorption. This causes rapid glucose spikes, particularly dangerous for seniors with insulin resistance or prediabetes. Consumer complaints describe cartons developing a strange, chemically aftertaste halfway through the expiration period, suggesting flavor pack degradation or contamination. Some batches have been recalled due to potential foreign material contamination, though these recalls rarely make national news. The carton's cheerful orange imagery promises sunshine and vitality, but what you're actually drinking is a heavily processed industrial product that bears little resemblance to freshly squeezed juice. Cardiologists warn that high-sugar beverages, even from fruit, contribute to arterial plaque buildup and increase heart attack risk, especially in seniors already managing cardiovascular disease. The promise of simplicity becomes a betrayal when you realize every sip is engineered in a lab, not a grove. You pour a glass expecting fresh squeezed Florida oranges. The first sip tastes fine, but by mid-carton, there's something off. A chemical note underneath the citrus, almost perfume-like. That's not your imagination failing. That's flavor packs breaking down, revealing their synthetic nature. The oranges on the carton are a fantasy. What you're drinking was made in a factory by chemists, not farmers. Most people never learn how dangerous processed juices really are, but we'll break it down at the end of the video. At number 2, Sunny Delight, Avoid. The neon orange drink that defined childhoods in the 90s, still marketed as a fun, fruity beverage for families. But here's the ugly truth. Sunny D contains only 5% real fruit juice. The rest is water, high fructose corn syrup, canola oil, artificial colors, and a cocktail of chemical preservatives. For seniors, this isn't a juice. It's a chemical experiment in a bottle. One 8-ounce serving contains 27 grams of sugar and only trace amounts of vitamin C, despite aggressive marketing suggesting otherwise. The bright orange color comes from yellow 5 and yellow 6 dyes, both linked to hyperactivity in children and allergic reactions in sensitive adults. Seniors with existing inflammatory conditions may find their symptoms worsened by regular consumption of these synthetic colorants. The inclusion of canola oil, a practice almost unheard of in juice products, is used to create a smooth, appealing mouthfeel, but it adds unnecessary fat and calories to an already nutritionally bankrupt beverage. Health inspectors have noted that Sunny D's preservative load, including sodium hexametaphosphate and potassium sorbate, allows the product to sit on shelves for months without refrigeration before opening. While convenient, this means you're drinking a shelf-stable chemical solution designed for longevity, not health. For seniors managing kidney disease, the phosphate additives can accelerate bone density loss and worsen renal function. The taste is cloyingly sweet, almost syrupy, masking the absence of real fruit. What's marketed as a cheerful, affordable juice alternative is actually a beverage that contributes to obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. The betrayal is complete when you realize the company targets low-income families with cheap pricing, knowing full well the long-term health costs far exceed the short-term savings. That artificial orange color isn't natural. When you pour it, notice how it almost glows. Too bright, too perfect, like something from a chemistry lab. The texture feels oily on your tongue because it literally contains oil. The sweetness is overwhelming, cloying, leaving a film in your mouth that water can't wash away. Your grandchildren might love it, but you're old enough to remember when orange juice was actually made from oranges. This isn't that. This is what happens when corporations realize they can sell you colored sugar water for the price of juice. And now, the worst offender at number 1, Capri Sun. Avoid. The iconic silver pouch, a staple of lunchboxes and convenience. But for seniors, or anyone really, Capri Sun is a disaster waiting to happen. Multiple consumer reports and viral social media posts have documented mold growth inside unopened pouches, visible as black or green clumps floating in the liquid. The company's response has been dismissive, attributing mold to natural fermentation and claiming it's harmless. But for seniors with compromised immune systems, mold exposure can trigger serious respiratory infections, allergic reactions, and gastrointestinal distress. The opaque pouch design makes it impossible to see what you're drinking until it's too late. By the time mold is noticed, it's often already been consumed. Laboratory testing found that Capri Sun contains 16 grams of sugar per pouch, high fructose corn syrup, and artificial flavors. For seniors managing blood sugar, this is a glycemic nightmare disguised as a harmless drink. The pouch material itself is multi-layer plastic and aluminum, which environmental researchers have found can leach chemicals into the liquid, especially when pouches are stored in warm conditions. The straw pokes through a foil seal that's often contaminated during manufacturing, introducing bacteria directly into the product. Consumer lawsuits have been filed alleging deceptive marketing, as the product is positioned as a healthy juice drink when it contains minimal fruit content. For seniors, the risks are compounded by age-related vulnerabilities: slower immune response, higher sensitivity to sugar, and reduced ability to detoxify foreign substances. The playful packaging and nostalgic appeal hide a product that could be introducing mold, bacteria, and chemical contaminants into your system with every sip. This is the ultimate betrayal. A brand trusted by generations, now exposed as a potential health hazard hiding in plain sight. Imagine buying these for your grandchildren's visit. You're being the fun grandparent, remembering these from when their parents were kids. One of them takes a sip and spits it out. You look inside the pouch and see dark flecks floating. That's mold. In an unopened pouch. Mold you can't see until you've already committed to drinking it. The company calls it natural fermentation, like that makes it okay. Your weakened immune system doesn't care what they call it. Mold is mold. And you just drank it. Don't go yet. The solution comes at the very end, and it could change how you shop for juice forever. The safe options. After exposing these dangerous brands, you deserve to know what's actually safe to drink. Here are 2 juice brands that have earned their reputation through transparency, quality control, and genuine commitment to senior health. The first actual safe option is Lakewood Organic Pure Cranberry Juice. Made from 100% organic cranberries with no added sugars, sweeteners, or preservatives. This isn't a cocktail or a juice drink. This is pure cranberry juice the way nature intended. Produced under strict USDA organic certification, ensuring no pesticide residues or synthetic additives make it into the bottle. The company maintains transparent quality control records and has never faced contamination recalls or FDA violations. For seniors managing urinary health, this provides the real cranberry benefits without the sugar overload found in commercial cranberry cocktails. Yes, You might want to dilute it with water, but that tartness tells you it's real. The deep burgundy color comes from actual cranberries, not artificial dyes. The glass bottle protects against plastic leaching, and most importantly, every batch is tested for purity before reaching store shelves. Safe for seniors on blood pressure medications, kidney-friendly, and diabetes-appropriate when consumed in moderation. The second recommendation is R.W. Knudsen Family Organic Juices, a trusted brand with transparent sourcing, certified organic ingredients, and no high-fructose corn syrup. Regularly passes FDA inspections with zero contamination issues. The company publishes detailed quality reports and sources fruit from verified organic farms, provides real fruit nutrition without chemical flavor packs or hidden sugars, making it genuinely safe for heart-conscious and diabetic seniors. R.W. Knudsen doesn't use the industrial oxygen stripping process that destroys flavor and nutrients. Their juices taste like actual fruit, because they are actual fruit. The bottles are clearly labeled with exact juice percentages. No cocktails, no drinks, just honest juice. For seniors concerned about sugar, they offer several lower sugar varieties and clearly state all nutritional information. This is what juice companies should be: transparent, honest, and committed to quality over profit margins. Outro. Your health is too important to gamble on juice brands that hide contamination behind clever marketing. From mold-filled pouches to chemical flavor packs and sugar bombs disguised as health drinks, the juice aisle is a minefield for seniors. But now you know the truth. You know which brands betray your trust and which ones actually deserve a place in your refrigerator. Subscribe now, and if you're watching on TV, tap your remote so you never get blindsided again.